There we go. Um, there we go. There we go. Sorry, and there's probably going to be a few more people hopping on. But yes. And we also have a new member. Zuzu, right? Am I pronouncing that correctly? I love your name. Yeah, so she's new. I love her name, Fairy Godmother. It's so fun. She's new. She's a friend of Renee, so we're super excited to have her here. So anyway, so yeah, we're doing hypnosis today, and I just want to fair warn you in the best possible way that there might be some tears. I even got teary-eyed writing it. And just know that if it comes to let it be, that's what it's here for, to have a release of anything that's been old and holding you back. And just, yeah. So also what I was saying earlier was that I'm not going to put you in a formal trance. But because of the way it's written, it might take you there. I will count you up and out, but just know that it's going to be an experience and I'm excited for you guys. So, the first thing that I am going to ask you to do is have a pen and paper. And if you don't have a pen and paper, that's okay. But I am going to ask you to write something down during this process. So, being able to write it down is really powerful. It just does something to all levels of our consciousness when we write things down. So if you have that, if not, just typing it in the chat or something like that. And then at the beginning, I'm also just going to have you guys do some things. And those of you that have been in my containers, you kind of know how this goes. And actually, also, we have two new people today. I forgot that. Okay, come off mute and pronounce your name. I never get your name right. I'm always so nervous about pronouncing people's. I forgot that you were on our aligned AF call, but this is your first money magic call. How do I pronounce? Is it
This is
Taina? Tell me.
Tanya.
Tania.
Tanya.
Oh, so easy. I don't know why. I get so nervous. Maybe because it's my own name that's very it's also different, and so people pronounce my name wrong, which doesn't bother me at all, but I always get nervous about so
Yeah.
Tania. I love your, so we've got a few people on this call. Actually, almost all of us have very interesting names, so I love that. Okay, well, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, so normally this is, you guys just hang out on mute, but because we do have a few new people, if you guys have any questions for me, please let me know. And it looks like Renee just got here, so okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I want you guys that we are have been working on, which I'm going to be making a new video for you guys because there's a lot of changes in the back end of Heartbeat. So I need to make a new video about what's going to be where. But basically, you guys have three different options for trainings and replays. So there's the Money Magic replays, there's the Aligned AF replays, which used to be in my free community, but I've just kept them up and I've taken the free community away. And then there's extra trainings, which you guys can go in there. There was a point of me telling you that, but I think it was more along the lines of this last few trainings had been so much around worthy and deservingness. So you may want to go tinker around and look at the replays in Money Magic because there is a lot from that that might be helpful for you guys. But I do want to ask you, and sorry, I'm just going to go back to get everything sorted out on my screen here. Okay. So I'm going to ask you guys a few questions. And you guys know that if you've been in my world, which I think all of you have had sessions with me or been in my containers at this point, but I'm just going to ask you guys on a scale from 1 to 10, and I'm going to drop things in the chat and I want you to take note. And the most important thing is that I want you to take note of what's low and or big difference, because a lot of times I ask the things in different ways over and over again strategically, so you guys can get really clear on what your stories are, and that's going to help us going into this process. Okay, so I'm going to just guide you guys in to kind of just arrive here being really comfortable and arriving in your body. And the way I like to do this, but you guys can do it however feels right for you, is breathing in light that feels very calming, very peaceful. So mine usually shows up as like a lavender, but whatever feels right. But the most important thing is that it doesn't feel overly activated in your body, right? So it might be white, it might be lavender, might be whatever color feels very calming and peaceful to you. And what we're going to do is we're going to imagine breathing it in from the top of our head and the base of our spine. It's going to meet at our heart, and then we breathe the color out. this puts us in brain body connection very quickly. So on the count of three, I'm going to breathe with you guys, breathing in through the top of your head, through the base of your spine, breathing in that color that's very calming, very peaceful, into your heart, breathing out of your heart. Now I'm already feeling a lot of shifts. Breathing in, meeting at the heart, breathing out. One more time, seeing this light that's just really peaceful, really calming, really nurturing, breathing it in until it meets at the heart and breathing out. So now I want you guys to ask yourself on a scale from 1 to 10, how worthy of you do you, sorry, how worthy do you feel of having the money you desire with ease? Answer from your body, not your brain. You guys know that your brain is really adorable and loves to tell you all the stories. And I'm going to drop these in the chat too. So bear with me because I'm having some tech issues this morning. So if I'm a little bit slow getting things in the chat, that's why. See here. How worthy are you of the money you desire with ease? Let me drop it in the chat. Farron, yeah, yeah. My mom says it's Farron, because of the E, but I pronounce it Farron, and she says I say it wrong, but I'm like, it's my name. Right. So, you know. Okay, good to notice. Good to notice. Okay. On a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being yes, how worthy are you of having the money you desire with ease? And you'll notice that this is almost the same question, but it's strategic. So notice if it's different, guys. Sometimes just the tiniest change will have a big difference. So just starting to put together the pieces of, oh, this is a thing for me. This particular word has a thing, right? So just noticing. Good to notice, guys. Okay. How much do you deserve for money to be easy? You'll notice these are all pretty much the same question, just in different ways. So just notice if they're different. How much do you deserve for money to be easy? 10 being like, yes, I deserve that. 1 being like, no. And you're already probably starting to get a little bit of a picture of, oh, this is what this is. This is my story, right? This is the misunderstanding, right? Good to notice. Okay. On a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being like, yes, this is true. Money has to be hard for me. Money has to be hard for me. Oh, I don't know why that, sorry guys. I don't know what's going on with my computer today. It's being very weird. So I don't know why that posted the same thing twice. Let's see. That was very strange, but it's supposed to be how much money has to be hard for me. That's what it was. And notice if this is true. So 10 would be like, yeah. So I know this is weird because on the scale, it's a little bit confusing, like, oh, the positive, but it's okay. So just notice that if your body is like, oh yeah, that's true, right? That money does have to be hard for me. Good to notice. Now I want you to ask yourself, which is basically the same thing, but money has to be hard. Take the me off. Money has to be hard. Tim being like, yeah, that's true. Listening to your body. And if this is a new practice for you of listening to your body, that's okay. You're getting used to it. Like sometimes our brains want to jump in, and that's okay. You can note my brain says this, my body says this. That's okay. It can take a little bit of practice to get into the habit of listening to your body. And that's okay too. There's no wrong way to do it. I'm just noticing. And especially between those. If you have a big change from money has to be hard for me versus money has to be hard, there's a story there, right? And getting curious about it. Okay, on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being yes, it's true. I have to work hard for money. I have to work hard for money. And I don't know why there's a question mark there, but that's okay. maybe that'll install something subconsciously for you guys. Oh, that's an interesting one. Numbers are pretty high on that one across the board. Okay. Okay, so now I'm worthy of receiving the money I desire with ease. I'm worthy of receiving the money I desire with ease. And I tend to go a little bit fast with these strategically, but if you're ever like, hey, can you slow down? Just let me know in the chat. You're more than welcome to say, hey, I need a minute, or you can come back to the replay, whatever feels right for you. I'm here to listen. So if you guys have something to say, you just let me know. Okay. The next one is I'm deserving of holding the money I desire. So I'm going to change this to I deserve. I don't know why I wrote I'm deserving, but I deserve to hold the money I desire with ease. Good to notice, guys. Good to notice. It's so funny how you can have like high numbers on both a positive and negative. I don't want to say negative, but you know what I mean, on things that you're like, you would think they would be like mutually exclusive and they're not. So I always find that really interesting. Okay. It's safe for me to hold more clients with ease. It's safe for me to hold more clients with ease. Good to notice. Listening to your body, not to your brain. Your brain is adorable, and we talk to our brain all the time, but we want to talk to our body right now. Good to notice. Wow, that is a really interesting thing. Okay, good to notice. Good to notice. And again, just because we have more people on the call today, there is, I think I'm going to combine all the threads so it's more of like a Facebook feed. But anyways, in the thread, there is a cues and discussions tab. It'll probably just be combined into one. But if you guys ever like, hey, I'm really stuck with this, or hey, I want a training over this, drop it in there and I'm happy to make trainings over that. I have a running list already. So, okay. The next one, holding more clients feels easeful. 10 being like, yes, that's true. Holding more clients feels easeful. You're starting to get very clear on the story here and what might be holding you back from having the money and or success you desire with ease and flow, right? How deserving are you of having, actually that got pasted. I'm going to leave there. I'm going to leave it there because that got pasted when something went funny earlier. So we're just going to stop there, right? So getting very clear on what might be causing this. Okay. All right. So now we're just going to go in. I'm just going to talk to you. I just want you to feel super relaxed, super safe, and just know that I'm going to walk you through some things that might feel like uncomfortable, or you might want to cry, or you might, I don't know, feel angry, but whatever you want to feel, let it come up and out because it's strategically written to evoke an emotional response so that you can fully release it. So just know that that's possible and it might happen. And if you're like, hey, I don't want to do that on camera, feel free to turn your camera off. I like to have your cameras on when I'm doing hypnosis because I am watching you. But if you're like, hey, I won't be able to go as deep because if my camera's on, then turn it off. Just all for what works for you guys, right? So I'm just going to talk to you. And I just want you to, now that we've done this, you kind of have this, you're starting to realize what might be some of your stories that stem from this misunderstanding around money with ease and flow, clients with ease, deserving worthiness. There's a lot of pieces that are coming into play, right? And all I want you to do is really quick before I kind of walk you through this process. And also, we might go a little bit over today. So just FYI, if you need to hop off at the hour, go for it. But just FYI on that. Okay. So I want you just now, from the questions that I've asked you, to start clocking some of your misunderstandings and your stories around why you don't have what you want. And if you have it, that you're making it hard or that you can't have it with ease and flow. Right. And all I want you to do is I want you to imagine the set. It's like a recipe. Every misunderstanding comes with a set of body language, breathing, beliefs, and sensations, and usually emotions as well. It's a recipe, right? of the person that we become when we believe that misunderstanding. So taking note of that, right? And just noticing, okay, how do I breathe? How do I hold my body? What are my beliefs? What are my thoughts? What are my sensations? What are my patterns from this place? And once you kind of start to notice that and start to kind of get a clear picture on it, it's going to help you clear it later on. So if you guys are struggling with this, let me know, and I'm happy to help you. So I'm just going to give you guys just a minute before we dive in because I want everybody to not feel rushed and to feel like you guys, you know. Let me see here. Move my. I'm gonna pop out the chat. And so just getting really clear, noticing, and also just noticing if there's any resistance as well. And everything is welcome here, even the resistance. You guys know if you've been in my world that the only way through resistance is through. The irony of just allowing it to be there will actually soften it. So just noticing, oh, I'm feeling a little resistance today, or oh, I don't really want to be in my body today. And it's all okay. No right or wrong. We're just noticing. Okay, there we go. Why? There we go. Okay. All right. So here we go. And if you guys are ready, just nod your head. So I kind of just know. And it's also powerful to kind of be like, yeah, I'm ready, because it's not just a signal to me, but it's also a signal to all levels of you that you are ready, right? Just letting me know. Okay. Amazing. Yes. Thank you, love. Okay. So now I just want you to set an intention, right? And we want to set the intention from a place of, I understand that whatever sensations and emotions and behaviors that go along with this, we're trying to protect me, we're trying to serve me, we're trying to keep me safe. But in reality, it's actually keeping me from deserving or feeling worthy and deserving of the success and money I desire with ease, right? So a lot of times if you set an intention with letting your body know, like, hey, I see what you were trying to do, but actually that's not actually helping, it sometimes it'll release a little bit. And then I know a few of you do this as well, but also just setting the intention of, I'm ready to let this go for the greatest, highest good for me and everyone involved, right? Because the truth is I think most of us are service providers, and also just the people that are in and out of our daily lives, right? So now when you're ready, I just want to invite you to close your eyes and get comfortable. And I just want you to feel like super comfortable. This is a space for you to do the work that you came to do that feels really good, really aligned, and that it's a space just for you to do this work in a safe place. And I'm here for you if you need anything. Just know that. And this protocol lets the part of you that feels any sort of misunderstanding around your worthiness or deservingness, and it allows it to become re-educated as you realize that these old beliefs, these old sensations, these old patterns, these old stories were placed on you by either someone else or were inherited, but they're not yours. Okay? They're just misunderstandings. And sometimes they can be placed on us genetically or through a lineage. And sometimes they're just learned, and sometimes they're just misunderstandings. But just noticing that all of this, all of these misunderstandings, whether they show up as a sensation or emotion or a thought or a pattern, is holding you back from the things that you desire with ease and flow because it thinks it's protecting you. But really, it's just a misunderstanding stored in your body. And I invite you to be very brave and allow yourself to feel the things I asked you to feel. And just know that you're safe to go there and feel it fully so it can be fully released today by showing your unconscious mind that you're ready to let it go. And I'd like you to think about that misunderstanding that you had. Think about all the times that you've recycled the stories and emotions and patterns that went along with it. And notice how much it's weighs on you, how heavy it's been. Maybe it's caused you to feel tired. feel overwhelmed. Maybe it's caused procrastination or overwork, or to not do the things that you know you need to move the needle in your business, or however it shows up for you. We all have different ways it shows up for us, or maybe it's a combination. And I just want you to think about the reality that the misunderstanding around things being easy, around your worth, around your deservingness, around your capacity to hold has created this reality that you're currently in. And I want you to really take a moment and ask yourself, what does this cost you? What has it cost you in the past? And what is it costing you right now? And just allowing anything to come up that might come up and just be here. So what are things that you've maybe missed out on in life or and in your business? Think about it for a moment, that these misunderstandings about money getting to be easy, around business getting to be easy, around clients getting to be easeful and fluid, being hard, not being deserving of things being the way, like just receiving the things that you want with such flow, right? And feel the things that you think are holding you back. So what do you feel like you've lost or not experienced because of the misunderstandings? And I want you to really feel that loss now. There's a bit of a grieving process that when we let go of things that are so deeply rooted in, that we do grieve them, right? Because they've become a part of us on some level. So just experience yourself. If there's any loss, and if there's not, that's okay too. You can't fuck this up. You're doing perfectly. And let yourself be willing to feel any loss, because the more intensely you allow yourself to feel it now, the more free you will be moving forward. So the misunderstanding around your worth, your deservingness, how hard things have to be, what does it cost you financially? What risks have you not taken? What activities have you not participated in? How has this kept you feeling frustrated, and maybe feeling stuck, or maybe both? What has the misunderstanding cost you with your own level of confidence? How does it impact your ability to love and be kind to yourself? How unkind have you been to yourself? Notice how bullying yourself has kept you strapped to the problem and not actually helped it. A lot of times we bully ourselves thinking that we can bully ourselves into being more loving and more deserving and more worthy and more of the person that receives with ease. But actually, it's causing the problem. Notice how entangled you are with the belief that stems from this lie that your brain has been telling you about your worth, about the ease of deserving, because of all the mean things that you've said to and about yourself to this point. And I want you to think of, like, you had an epiphany, like right now, of like, oh yeah, that self-bullying is actually keeping the problem in place. It's not actually helping. How has this old misunderstanding stored in your body that your brain has been telling you is a problem? How has it impacted your ability to truly and fully show up in the way you want, and show up in a way that you know that you're supposed to? The way that you want to move through life, how has it kept you moving through life the way that you want and receiving the things that you desire, receiving and attracting and holding money with ease and flow? How has it kept you from that? How has the misunderstanding created doubt, kept you small? How has it maybe taken your energy physically and emotionally? Really think about the things that it's cost. What have you had to say no to because maybe you don't have the energy? or the space or the capacity or the confidence for? How does your body feel when you think of continuing to live with that misunderstanding stored in your body? With your brain interpreting those sensations as a threat, with your brain keeping you from receiving on demand with a sense of ease because it thinks it's keeping you safe. What images or sounds or words or feelings come to mind when you think of all the years that you've lived with this misunderstanding around what you deserve, what's possible for you, what you're worthy of, what you have the capacity for? And when you hold on to misunderstandings in your body, what do you say to yourself when you look in the mirror? What do you say to yourself when you close your eyes at night? We all know this inner monologue, this story that we tell ourselves when things don't go our way. We don't sell enough, we don't make enough, things don't go our way. How do we speak to ourselves? How do you speak to yourselves when you don't hit your financial goals? When you spend all the money that you got? When things don't go your way? What are the things that you say to yourself? Are you kind? When you realize that this is just a misunderstanding that's been stored in your nervous system for a long time, and it's not true, but that it's just your brain fighting to make it true. It's just your brain. I want you to say those things to yourself now and notice the way your body responds when you talk meanly to yourself, when you bully yourself, when you berate yourself. Notice how that feels in your body. Notice how it doesn't feel good, and you're not going to show up from in a good way from that place. You're not going to receive or hold from that place. Now I want you to imagine yourself looking into a mirror and notice how your face looks when you say this to yourself. What does your body language look like when you speak to yourself in this way? How do you breathe? How do you hold yourself? What are the look in your eyes? Notice when you speak to yourself in a mean way, when you bully yourself, how do you show up? And now imagine going into the past and noticing a few places where you experienced the results of this deep and heavy misunderstanding. This deep and heavy misunderstanding that money can't just be easy. Money isn't available to be easy for me. I'm not worthy and or deserving of that. Think about maybe the opportunities that might have passed you by and the times that you felt tired or drained or insecure. Maybe you'd like to imagine flipping through a picture book and there's pictures and scenes from your past, and you realize how hard you've made things on yourself because the sensations and thoughts and patterns from the misunderstanding in your body has caused you to not allow yourself to experience what you desire with ease and a sense of flow. Now think about living with the misunderstanding and the weight of it holding you down, holding holding you back. Feel it now. Feel the heaviness. Allow yourself to feel what it feels like. You continue to move forward in life with this misunderstanding in your body. How do you show up or not show up in your business? What kind of dynamics do you allow to play out? How many unaligned clients come from a misunderstanding that you don't deserve good things with ease, that you don't deserve the money you desire and the success you desire with ease and flow? From the misunderstanding that money and success has to be hard. How has this kept you from feeling safe in your body? How has it kept you from feeling safe in the world? How has it felt like it's maybe taken control over your life? Our brains will fight for safety. They're wired for safety. So sometimes it can feel like they're in control. But if you can just tell your brain, hey, I hear you, and also I can put you down for a minute, right? How has it kept you, this misunderstanding? How has it kept you from landing the clients and the opportunities you desire? How has it kept you from attracting in, receiving, and holding money with flow? Really take a mental note of this belief that money has to be hard or success has to be hard or it's not for me. How does it play out? What are the thoughts? What are the emotions? What are the sensations? What are the beliefs? And notice that when you hold on to the misunderstanding, does it lead to people respecting you more or less? Do you respect yourself more from this place? Or do you respect yourself less? Notice how that heaviness in your body, when you think about the fact that, like, it doesn't just get to be easy, that you have to work really hard for it. But sometimes we've been working so hard for it that we're maybe tired. I know a lot of us has been dealing with a lot of tiredness lately. And just noticing what that feels like in your body, how it's kept you from achieving the things that you want to achieve, and how the misunderstandings have stripped you from having a sense of ease with whatever it is that you desire, kept you from making the money and having the success that you want. And now all I want you to do is I want you to imagine taking the weight of all of those misunderstandings, all of those beliefs, thoughts, emotions, sensations. And I want you to gather them all up. And I want you to pull yourself into the future 5 years. And as you go into the future, I want you to drag all of those misunderstandings, those thoughts, those beliefs, those sensations, those patterns, those emotions, the behaviors that go with it from that one misunderstanding with you 5 years into the future. Dragging with you all the effects of those misunderstandings will have created for another 5 years, compounding one on top of another like a snowball, getting bigger and bigger. Just notice it might feel heavy, and that's okay. Notice maybe the overwhelm or the frustration or the anger or the tiredness that arises, that this misunderstanding has caused you during the past 5 years, and all the things that you've given up on, and all the success and all the money that you're working way too hard to experience because somewhere along the way, you bought into the misunderstanding that it has to be hard. I want you to feel yourself and be 5 years in the future now. And from here, notice what you have hoped to accomplish that maybe you've given up on. Imagine looking at yourself in the mirror and talking to yourself about the way it feels to have given up, to still feel tired, to feel still heavy, to still have held on to this misunderstanding that it has to be hard. And as you allow these words to flow at the speed of thought, just like it does in everyday life, notice the impact that misunderstanding that you've been choosing probably since childhood. As you look into the mirror, look at your face. How do you look now, 5 years into the future, having lived this way? With these sensations and the beliefs and the emotions stored in your body for all this time, having recycled those beliefs and sensations and stories over and over, as it only becomes stronger now. What price have you paid? How has it taken a toll on your mind and body? How has it aged you? Do you look more alive or less alive? You look more energized or less energized? Think about it. Feel it actually be there now. What has the price been? How do you feel about yourself having lived 5 more years like this? What does it cost in your level of connection in relationships? The people you love and care about, what does it cost you in your business, in your savings, in your investments? Do people truly respect you more or less from this place of having held on to it for so long? Has it held you back in your career, financially, physically, in your business? What happened to your physical energy? Have you gone as high as you know deep down that you could have? Have you done what you want? Or have you missed out because we're recycling old beliefs that stem from misunderstanding stored in your body? Really feel it. Don't think about it. Don't judge it. Just let yourself feel it. If you're not feeling this intensely, turn up the dial. Imagine there's a dial like a radio in front of you. Reach out, grab it, crank it up so your subconscious can realize what the cost is of the misunderstandings. And so you can feel it fully to let it go fully. What does it feel like when you pay that price for 5 years, giving up your power, your self-control, your independence, maybe, and the ease and flow, the money and success you desire 5 years from now? What things did you hold yourself back from doing? What's been the cost? What do you say to yourself when you feel this? Say it right now. Feel it. Turn it up. Let it surge through your body. Because I know that all of us have an inner bully, and this is the moment that we actually get to bully ourselves so we can release it, because the bully just has something to say. Just notice what that voice says. And now I want you to drag yourself 10 years into the future. 10 years of that misunderstanding playing out with this voice in your head, this bully, telling you that things can't be easy for you. Money can't be easy. You have to work hard. 10 years of all the limitations and all the things that you've missed out on, all the things that you may not have capacity for and space for and energy for, because you have the belief that it has to be hard. You have the sensation that's telling you the belief that it has to be hard. And from here, 10 years in the future, look into the mirror again. Notice how much older you look. You feel more alive or less alive? You feel heavier. When you look in the mirror after a decade, with the sensation still stored in your body, how does it feel? What are the things that you say to yourself? What are the things that you feel like you've missed out on? Maybe it's, I've worked so much and so hard. Maybe it's, I've missed time and experiences because I was working too hard. Or maybe it's that I've just been doing so much and it feels heavy. How much safety have you actually given up by choosing the old misunderstanding that it has to be hard? An old whisper from your past, probably from childhood, and maybe from your ancestors, who knows how far it goes back. How much pain you've experienced because of this misunderstanding. How much success has it cost you, or ease? How much joy and peace has it cost you? I know that all of us as business owners, we know that feeling of feeling really stressed out with business sometimes. How much peace has it cost? How much ease and flow have you missed out on? How much money and security and true feeling of safety have you missed out on? Feel the loss again. Let yourself experience it fully. And now I want you to drag yourself 20 years into the future with the heaviness. Bring all of that with you 20 years into the future. Be there now. Notice how heavy it feels. Notice how your body feels. Seeing, experiencing all the things that came from the misunderstanding that it had to be hard. The things that you missed out on, the things that stripped away your safety, the things that kept you feeling stuck and frustrated and overworking, things that have kept you from so much ease, so much calm, so much peace. The only reason things feel hard is because there's a part of you that believes it has to be hard. That ease and flow isn't for you. That money with ease isn't for you. That success with ease isn't for you. After 20 years of holding on to non-truths, that the identity that they carried, how has this stripped away the life that you desired, the money that you've desired, the success that you desired? Do you feel lighter or heavier? Do you feel more alive or less alive? Perhaps even disappointed at the price you paid for these misunderstandings that aren't even yours, from the unconscious self-talk stemming from sensations stored in your body that aren't even true. I want you to feel the cost now. Feel it fully. Allow it to be here. If there's any sadness, if there's any anger, whatever it is, just allow it to be here now. Every time you choose the belief that your cute little brain is telling you about what is available for you, when you listen to that, when you listen to the misunderstanding, instead of giving them the attention to fully be seen and heard so you can clear it and release it from your brain and body once and for all, you reinforce that old identity and those same stories over and over again. Is it worth it 20 years from now? Looking in the mirror, is it worth it? And as you notice that feeling in your body and any stories that your brain might be telling you, any voice from this bully, notice. And just notice how things might feel a little bit different just by noticing, just by honoring, just witnessing, literally rewiring and upgrading your nervous system, your brain and body connection. Things start to feel different now that you're just noticing. Let those old sensations and all the stories that your brain is telling you from those sensations, you can just let them go now. I want you to literally see the mirror in front of you shatter, all the pieces falling to the ground. Anything around your worthiness and limiting beliefs and emotions and sensations and patterns just fall away. They sink into the ground. The ground absorbs them, and your unconscious completely and destroys like all of the thoughts and the feelings and emotions and sensations that were holding you back from experiencing the money you desire with ease and flow. You literally see it sink into the ground. It's no longer yours. Hear that sound of everything that was stored in that old identity crashing down now, shattered, disintegrated, swept away, never to be recycled again. And now you just get to experience a sense of freedom. We all know what freedom feels like in the body, liberation. And as you realize that it was just a dream, that those were just a misunderstanding, that it was not even true, that you were in a safe place surrounded by people cheering you on. Now, I want you to imagine that you just bring your chin up, see yourself in a new mirror. This mirror feels good. It feels supportive. It feels safe. It feels free. It feels easeful. A new reflection. Feel relief that that old misunderstanding is gone. And you say to yourself, I am free. How does that feel in your body? Look into the mirror, see, feel, and experience what that feels like for you to know that it does get to be easy, that you are worthy, that you are deserving. What does that feel like in your body? And if you're having trouble with this, think of a color that represents it. What does ease and flow feel like in your body? We've all experienced it before. We walk down the street and people compliment us and they buy us a coffee or they buy us dinner and we manifest money out of nowhere and there's a sense of ease and flow. You know what that feels like. What does that feel like? Feel it in your body language and your facial expression. Notice that your breathing is shifting right now as you realize that that old part of you is just a story. And now it's like a distant memory. And if anything that's left over that's still there from any sort of sensation in your body, you can literally see it drain away into the ground now. And as you feel it drain away from your body actually feels lighter. It starts to lift up. Your chest lifts up, your chin lifts up. Do this with me now. Your shoulders are back. And I want you to imagine yourself looking in the mirror, seeing yourself fresh and new. You guys are doing great. And innocent. I want you to imagine yourself innocent, stripped away of all those old beliefs, stripped away of all the guilt and shame. You are now clean and innocent and fresh. And this is who you really are. This is who you are at your soul and your core. And I want you to say to yourself right now, this is who I really am. I am worthy and I am deserving. I'm worthy of having the money and the success I desire with ease. Things get to be easy for me. Things get to be easy. I get to have what I want while experiencing so much joy and so much peace. I'm worthy of everything I desire, and I get to have it all. Feel it, hear those words from the depth of your being, and hear everyone you love, everyone from your past, present, everyone on this call, whether live or on the replay, like everyone coming to tell you in this thunderous voice, almost like a mighty lion's roar, like, this is who you are. Remember who you are. You are worthy. You deserve everything that you desire with ease and joy and flow. You deserve to have abundance and success and the business of your dreams. The part of you that used to recycle old and useless like beliefs and misunderstandings is gone. And as I say that, you notice that that part of you feels further and further away as you're still standing here as a new, powerful, empowering person, feeling that sense of innate worthiness as a human. Now, as a human, we are innately worthy and deserving of everything we desire, and our desires are intelligent. So, with eyes still closed, I want you to come back to the here and now for just a second. And I just want you to feel yourself being supported by the surface beneath you. Feel the support of me and the people on this call, whether live or on the replay, feeling and fully receiving and accepting this love and worthiness. I'm sending so much love, and we're sending love to each other, and we're experiencing it from each other as well. Feel yourself gaining control from this space of here and now, realizing that you can take control, that you can choose a new belief and new sensations and new feelings and new thoughts and new patterns. And you think to yourself, I'm here, I'm safe, I'm worthy of a joyful life with so much easefulness and so much flow. Allow deep emotional gratitude to well out from the core of your being as you acknowledge and thank your beautiful, brilliant, unconscious mind that loves you for making those changes now and continuing this process as you sleep and dream tonight. And maybe you've noticed that you've experienced change at the first because your body was slumped over and heavy. And now you notice that as you're unconscious and your body removed that old programming, your body feels lighter and you feel more energy moving through your body. Your body is healing, it's upgrading. You feel more invigorated, you feel lighter and supported and free. And as you feel and mesmerize and fully installing this feeling now, imagine once more that you could time travel all the way back to when you first came into this world as a brand new baby. Once you go back to you as a baby, a clean slate, imagine yourself in an incredibly loving and safe environment. Imagine you are holding yourself as a baby, holding your infant self, this brand new you, as you look lovingly at this baby. And you're so aware of the worthiness and gratitude. You look at that child and you realize that you deserve everything you desire with ease because this is who you are. You are abundance. You are beyond worthy and beyond deserving of everything that you could ever want. And as you realize this from this moment forward, you always remember with every breath you take, I am worthy of ease and I am deserving of the money I desire. I deserve a joy-filled life and it just gets to be easy. And nothing that happens from this moment forward can touch that impenetrable sense of self-worth, of things just being easeful. And from this place of joy and bliss and worthiness, I'd like you to imagine once again looking back through the photo album of scenes from your past, flipping through this photo album, noticing all the times that you recycled those old beliefs, and just send it all. Love, kindness, compassion, forgiveness. The same love that you have for that younger version of you, this baby, this infant. I want you to send all those versions of you the same love and compassion, gently noticing and acknowledging all the past versions of you. See, hear, feel, and experience forgiveness, worthiness, and healing as they wash over you. Every single scene and every single moment from your past. And now that that old belief is forgotten, it's a memory, it's gone. You hear yourself saying, I forgive you. All is well. That version isn't you. It's gone. It's just a memory. And the future is beautiful. And I ask you and your unconscious mind to go back all the times to all the times in the past when this person would have recycled that old misunderstanding. So the person you were that when you first got on this call, can you go back and talk to them and re-educate them on this new power positive reality? Give them a hug, give them this unconditional love and say, hey, I know that that's those beliefs and those sensations, they were there to protect you, but they're not real, they're not true. Re-educate them, love them, give them love and compassion, even if it's as simple as, hey, you're worthy of ease. You are the creator of your reality, and you realize that the past does not predict the future. From this place of joy and bliss and worthiness and freedom, I ask your unconscious mind to fully install the appropriate sensations and beliefs from those sensations to let you live a life with ease and flow that you desire. And begin to recycle and repeat that new empowered belief over and over and over at the speed of thought, at the speed of light, repeating it so many times that it becomes your new unconscious automatic reality. What if it can just be easy? What if it gets to be fun? What if I can just enjoy the journey? And I wonder what it would be like for you to wake up tomorrow and your unconscious having completed this process in your sleep, and you wake up feeling gratitude and joy because that weight has been lifted and you feel light. So you can go through the day tomorrow with this new empowered epiphany that it just gets to be easy. Something new has started and it's happening now. And I wonder how your life has changed a week from now, how things have already started to shift for you just from enjoying a week of this new life with this new belief that things get to be easy, that you get to receive and experience and hold with ease and flow. Taking counsel from the highest part of you that knows that's who you truly are, the part of you that knows that you deserve self-kindness, and allowing yourself to feel amazing now, invigorated, revitalized, safe. You feel safe. Feel a connection to your community, to this community. Allow yourself to move into the intimacy of relationships that you desire that are available to you. Let yourself feel that connection. Feel that respect and that admiration you gain when you have made decisions from this place of worthiness. Feel proud of yourself for adopting and fully internalizing and becoming this empowered belief now. Allow yourself to feel the sense of accomplishment from this place of worthiness and joy, of meaning and sense of purpose. And now take this amazing feeling, this feeling of I did it, and bring it 5 years into the future. With all the accomplishments, all the good choices, all the positivity, all the money and client success stories that you've created with ease, stacking them one on top of another. Look into the eyes of the people you love, of friends and family and the people that you've influenced, and notice the way that people's lives have positively changed just by observing the way that you've stepped into your worthiness. Because we go first, we become worthy, and the people around us then understand their worthiness. Feel a sense of accomplishment, how proud you are of the work that you've done. Feel a sense of connection now. Notice how safe you feel. Notice how much more connected you feel when you believe this is your truth, because this is your truth. This is who you are. And from this place, 5 years in the future, having taken all the right decisions that support you in having the money you desire with ease, moment by moment, choices stacking up one on top of another, each one reaffirms a sense of worthiness, a sense of deservingness, reaffirming joy and connection. Look into the mirror 5 years into the future and notice the joy on your face. I did it. Notice the peace in your posture. Notice the sparkle in your eyes. Notice how light you feel. And when you've made these amazing decisions and you've stepped into this identity time and time again, over and over and over again for the last 5 years, what do you say to yourself when you look into the mirror? With a sense of purpose, worthiness, and lightness, what do you know about your true identity? Say it to yourself now. See how your body responds to this self-talk, and take note that when you speak to yourself this way, this is where you manifest from. This is where you attract from. This is where you receive from with ease. And now I just want you to imagine writing on a tablet of your heart, every cell, every neuron, every unconscious thought process memorizes this empowered way of speaking to yourself and how that feels in your body, and it fully installs as your default setting from now on. And in a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 3. And when I say the number 3, I want you to just open your eyes, write your new truth. that's going to replace that old one, that old misunderstanding in just a few words, really simple. Close. So then open your eyes, write it down, and then close your eyes again, going even more deeper and more joy filled. Okay. On the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Open your eyes, writing down a new empowered identity. I am worthy. I am deserving. I get to experience life with ease. I get to experience whatever it is that's your new identity moving forward. And then closing your eyes, going back even more relaxed. We're almost done, but we just have a few more things I want to install with you guys. When you closed your eyes, lean back a little bit. You'll notice that you feel like a little bit of like lock in. Pause and calibrate for just a moment. That's right. Guess what you've just done? You've documented this aha moment, this epiphany of your new identity. You prove that this is yours from now on. And your unconscious and your body and your brain body connection and your nervous system installs it. This empowered feeling and all the thoughts, emotions, and sensations that come from it, because now you realize who you truly are. And you know this is who you are from the deepest depths of your heart. You absolutely know that it just gets to be easy. And as you feel this amazing feelings of ease and safety and joy and worthiness and deservingness, I just want you to bring it all 10 years into the future, allowing all those positive sensations and beliefs and emotions to snowball, to build and get bigger and stronger and bolder. Experience ecstatic bliss as you witness all the little empowered decisions after decision after decision, all the times you chose just this once to act from a place of worthiness, from a place that I am worthy and I am deserving, and it just gets to be easy. So look into the mirror 10 years from now, having lived this empowered way, having taken control, taken counsel from the part of you that's deeply deserving and worthy of things just being easy. And I want you to say thank you. Feel the gratitude for doing this work, welling up in you, that the change that's happened, that you've shown up and you've done the work to do today. Notice now how 10 years in the future, you now experience a deep sense of safety, more connection, and more ease and flow, and more abundance than you could have ever imagined. Noticing that you now, like moving forward, this is who you are and you deserve it. And now I just want you to take yourself 20 years in the future, bringing all of those beliefs, those positive decisions, those beliefs, those sensations, those feelings. Bring this beautiful positive bliss, many years, decades, all the way to the end of your very long, beautiful, empowered, joyful life. Imagine looking out from this place in the distant future. You see all the people you've impacted because you acknowledge your worthiness. Feel this beautiful sense of accomplishment, pure joy, the tingling sensation. Notice the pleasant sensations of joy filling your heart. I did it. I did it. Knowing that you've accomplished even greater things than you could have imagined. Realizing that things just get to be better than you could have imagined. And from this place in your future, you feel safe, you feel connected, you feel accomplished, you feel a sense of purpose and meaning. You're in the distant future, placed at the end of your long, beautiful, healthy life, a feeling of joy. Having stepped into worthiness and deservingness all those years ago, and from this place in the future, what message do you want to send back today? From this place, what do you know about that old misunderstanding that you used to have? Say it now. What do you have to say to it? And it might just be something simple like, I know you're trying to protect me, but it's not my truth. And now bring back that truth with you, the truth that it's not true and things just get to be easy and you are worthy and deserving. You're beyond worthy and deserving of everything you desire with ease and flow. This is who you are. That's right. So now you might surprise yourself when you notice this voice coming from inside that says, I can do this. I've got it. And you easily step into a place of passion and purpose. Watch yourself on a movie screen living your life with this empowered new feeling in your body and all the thoughts, feelings, emotions, and sensations that come from it. of making these choices that are in alignment from this feeling. Notice the joy in your face, the place of worthiness, deservingness, to choose to see the positive in yourself and watch yourself on the movie screen. Notice how enjoyable it is to recycle these thoughts and sensations for this to be your new reality. And all I want you to do is I want you to start breathing like this version of you. Hold your body, the most deserving and worthiness version of you, where things just get to be easy. And now just step into that movie. Feel your facial expressions line up with this empowered belief. Feel your body language shift and say these positive things to yourself, that it just gets to be easy. I am worthy and deserving of everything I desire with ease. Breathe in and breathe out. And in a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. And with each number, you'll become more and more aware that this is your new reality. And from now on, you will mentally rehearse a safe, enjoyable life. 1, becoming aware of your fingers and toes, noticing that they feel energized and invigorated by this epiphany. 2, becoming aware of the air on your face. Just notice that even your facial expressions have softened, have become more joyful. Things just feel different. Noticing the rise and fall of your breath. And that's just this automatic, as the empowered beliefs that you now hold on to and the empowered sensations that are now installed in your body. 4, beginning to awaken that this is who you are moving forward from now until the end. 5, eyes open to this present moment and the awareness that life just gets to be easy. So when you're here, I'm sorry guys, we went over a bit, but I was like 10 minutes late getting on. So I'm gonna let you guys go, because even if it didn't feel like you went super deep and you were just imagining and pretending you're imagining, there's going to be some shifts that happen very deep on your body. So if you need to rest, drink lots of water, and let me know how this goes. And next week, we're also going to be working on this from a different angle. So the whole intention has been to keep working on these things. But I will drop these questions in the replay. And I just want you to go and ask yourself the questions again and make sure they've shifted, okay? Yeah. So let me know how it goes. And I will see you guys soon, okay? Bye.